Hello, and welcome to day 25. Today we're going to look at those macro level issues, those larger questions in life, so we can get a better understanding of our micro stressors and see how they fit into the larger framework. And I know these questions such as what's the point here, what's the purpose, and what I'm doing, is that actually making me happy? These are hard questions to ask, they're somewhat uncomfortable, but they're really important to kind of understanding where we want our life to go, the direction of travel. And once we kind of take the pressure off and realize there's no right or wrong answer, we're just trying to do the best we can with the information we have at the time, then we start to loosen our grip a little bit on figuring these things out. And we start to write the answers in pencil, not pen. Realizing that they're not written in stone, we can always adapt our answers as we go along and try to do the best we can with what we have. I always like to think about whenever I do a puzzle, you throw the puzzle down out first and you always do the framework. And that makes the smaller pieces, the minor kind of parts of it, a lot easier to figure out, and it also gives it a larger meaning. So it's really important because we only have a limited time on this earth. So we need to kind of make the best choices possible and have direction and intention in our lives so we see the underlying purpose behind it all. And we can stop running around, just running from pleasure A to pleasure B. Oftentimes we have this, what I call, I'll be happy when syndrome. And I'll be happy when syndrome is basically anything that is kind of like fleeting, you get it, and then you kind of feel unsatisfied in the long term. So I'll be happy when syndrome is something that we all suffer from, but if we have that larger picture in perspective, then we move in the direction we want to go instead of the direction we're supposed to go. And I know it's pretty easy to get pessimistic about these kind of larger questions or where everything fits in, but you get to decide your own meaning. You get to figure out what works for you, and that's pretty cool. And something that always kind of cheers me up is that our chances of being on this earth are 1 in 400 trillion. That's pretty wild when you think about all the galaxies out there. So we have this amazing opportunity to make our time on earth worthwhile for us. We get to choose to do that because we've won this kind of lifetime lottery out there. So take that into consideration when you're answering these questions today for your self-reflection that look at kind of some of the tougher, larger, macro level questions, and just relax about it a little bit. Realize that any time on earth is a gift and it's all gravy. So that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.